for a long time, actually, because of COVID.
Yeah.
Remember that. Probably before everybody was born here. And
Cassandra Peterson, the woman behind the iconic Elvira, Queen of the Night, always appears in public with a confident and powerful appearance. However, behind the Hollywood halo are secrets that have shocked fans. From a serious accident that almost took her life in her 20s, to a nearly 2-decade-long lesbian relationship that she kept secret for many years, Cassandra's journey has never been smooth. In today's video, let's explore the never-before-revealed corners of Cassandra Peterson, and don't forget to subscribe and comment to motivate us. Before becoming famous, she had worked many jobs to make a living, including working as a go-go dancer. Since childhood, Cassandra was different. While other children dreamed of princesses and rainbows, she was fascinated by monsters, zombies, and ghosts. That strange love began at the age of 8, when her cousin took her to see her first horror movie in the theater, House on Haunted Hill. At that moment, she knew she was born to live in the world of horror. But that difference caused her to miss many opportunities, and the path to the spotlight became full of thorns. Cassandra's strange passion did not come without a price. That difference made her isolated from her friends, becoming the target of endless teasing throughout her childhood. Her childhood years were not filled with the darkness of monsters, but with loneliness and emotional wounds. At 17, Cassandra left her small town behind and headed to Las Vegas, with her dream of becoming a drag queen inspired by Elvis Presley in the movie Viva Las Vegas. There, she entered the glamorous but dangerous world of drag queens. In this daring community, Cassandra learned how to stand out with giant wigs, dramatic makeup, and seductive dance moves. But life wasn't always glamorous. To survive, she worked as a go-go dancer in nightclubs all night, sometimes living off the dim lights, sweat, and willpower, or sleeping rough. But then came a sudden turning point, starting with a party at Elvis Presley's hotel. There, Elvis himself looked her straight in the eye and Elvis Presley looked Cassandra straight in the eye and said something no one had ever said to her before: "Las Vegas isn't for you, find something bigger." It was a short sentence, but it ignited a powerful belief in her. For the first time, Cassandra dared to dream of a real acting career. Her first big break came in 1971 when she was cast in a small role as a stripper in the James Bond film Diamonds Are Forever. Although it wasn't the lead role, it was a brilliant start for Cassandra. The lights, the music, and the atmosphere of an international film set completely captivated her, and it was just the opening shot of a series of opportunities to come. In 1972, Cassandra moved to Italy, where her dream continued to take flight. There, she became the lead singer of two rock bands, Al Lattin's 80 and the Snails. With her rebellious, American style, she quickly took the European stage by storm. It was also in Italy that she had a fateful meeting with legendary director Federico Fellini, who offered her a small role in the film Roma. It was then that Cassandra first felt the true power of cinema, and she knew she was on the right track. However, the road to fame was never easy. In 1973, Cassandra struggled to make ends meet. She worked as a dancer at the Playboy Club in Miami, then signed with Hugh Hefner's modeling agency to keep her dream alive. She traveled across the United States in a musical comedy. But the biggest stain of this period was a nude photo shoot. The nude photo shoot back then, distributed to men's magazines without her consent, became a deep emotional wound, something that haunted Cassandra for years. The chaotic life continued until she became Elvira, and everything changed. Elvira appeared when Cassandra turned 30, a milestone that seemed too late for many people pursuing the Hollywood dream. However, instead of falling, she stood up. In 1979, Cassandra joined the famous comedy group The Groundlings. It was here that she created an eccentric, sparkling, and extremely unique character, a chatty, oddly dressed valley girl, the initial model for the immortal Elvira icon later. When she realized that she had found her true voice, Cassandra threw herself completely into the world of comedy. She moved to Los Angeles, performed on every stage big and small, participated in commercials, game shows, and accepted every role, no matter how small, to hone herself. However, the spotlight still did not shine on her. Despite her tireless efforts, Cassandra gradually lost faith and almost wanted to give up. But fate once again knocked on the door. In 1981, exactly at the age of 30, the time when many people had begun to give up on their Hollywood dreams, Cassandra Peterson received the opportunity of a lifetime. The fateful call came when a friend alerted Cassandra to an audition for a local television show, a late-night horror series looking for a new host. The role required a mix of horror and comedy, perfect for her unique talents and personality. The show was inspired by the legendary character Vampira, and the Los Angeles network was looking for a modern successor. Cassandra walked into the audition with confidence, using her improvisational skills developed at the Groundlings to turn simple lines into memorable performances. The producers were immediately convinced. Not only did she land the role, she was given full creative control over the character. Together with her close friend and creative partner Robert Redding, Cassandra set out to create a pop culture icon. The sexy, dark, low-cut black dress was designed to flatter her figure and cleverly conceal her scars. The bold black and white makeup, inspired by Japanese kabuki and 1960s girl bands, created the unmistakable image of Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. On September 26, 1981, Elvira officially appeared on the small screen with her signature greeting "Hello, darling," and her sarcastic and mischievous hosting style. Cassandra breathed new life into the late-night horror show genre that was slowly fading away. Even the TV station did not expect the show to last more than a week. However, after only a few episodes, Elvira became a pop culture phenomenon. Shortly after Elvira aired, Cassandra was quickly invited to join The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson, and Elvira costumes sold out across the United States every Halloween. However, success did not come without challenges. Right from the first days of broadcasting, the show was almost canceled when Mila Nurmi, the original actress who played Vampira, publicly protested and withdrew from the project, claiming that Cassandra was not up to the task of inheriting this legendary icon. To avoid legal disputes, the production team changed the character's name from Daughter of Vampira to Elvira and edited the entire script to completely separate it. However, Nurmi did not give up. She sued Cassandra and the production team, accusing Elvira of copying Vampira's style, image, and spirit. The legal battle lasted for years, but in the end, the court sided with Cassandra. Because Elvira was not a copy, but a new character, created from Cassandra's own blood, tears, and rebellious imagination. An important ruling was also made: wearing a black dress and posing like a ghost could not be copyrighted. But the challenge did not stop there. The TV station began to worry about the influence of the show, almost removing Elvira from the air. A senior director even came to the set to ask Cassandra to dress more modestly. However, she steadfastly refused to change, and strangely, the bosses either didn't notice or chose to remain silent. Fortunately, no one intervened further. The audience was completely captivated by Elvira. The character of Elvira quickly became an icon, not only because of her bizarre, seductive appearance, but also because of her charm and intelligence. Elvira's fame spread, making Cassandra sought after everywhere, from late-night TV shows, comic book conventions, commercials to a host of other projects. But Elvira wasn't just loved by men, the LGBT+ community also embraced her warmly. Elvira appeared regularly at gay bars, spearheaded numerous HIV prevention fundraising campaigns, and was named an ambassador at pride parades. However, Elvira's popularity also faced fierce opposition from conservative groups, especially in the Bible Belt, who criticized Elvira's image as too sexy and containing unhealthy horror elements. But instead of being silenced, the backlash only made Elvira more prominent, so much so that when a TV station tried to cover her image on a billboard with a black bar, the public protested more vehemently than ever. At the height of her career, Cassandra faced one of the greatest challenges of her life, the HIV/AIDS pandemic, which took away many close friends and colleagues. The pain was even greater when she lost Robert Redding, her collaborator and co-creator of Elvira. His passing was not only a personal loss, but also the end of an important chapter in her journey to build an icon. However, Cassandra did not collapse. She continued to stand firm and gradually regained complete control of the Elvira character, a wise decision that helped her avoid legal disputes and escape the collapse when the TV station she worked for was discovered to be fraudulent and lost its broadcasting license. Rather than confining herself to television, Cassandra took a different path, bringing Elvira to the big screen. After some tense negotiations, she convinced NBC executive Brandon Tartikoff to develop a sitcom. However, Cassandra wanted more. She craved a movie. That dream finally came true in 1988 with Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, a work that quickly became a classic of the horror comedy genre. Cassandra did not stop there, but continued to expand Elvira's influence. She released a home video series hosted by Elvira herself, and that same year released her autobiography Yours Cruelly, Elvira, Memoirs of the Mistress of the Dark, revealing behind-the-scenes stories and little-known life. After years of hard work, Cassandra returned with the sequel Elvira's Haunted Hills in 2000, a film shot on a shoestring budget in Romania, but which was a fan favorite. In 2010, she returned to television with a new series, continuing to play Elvira presenting public films. However, Cassandra has not limited herself to just one role. She has tried her hand at other projects such as Pee-wee's Big Adventure, All About Evil, and most recently, a role in Rob Zombie's The Munsters, proving that her talent goes far beyond the Elvira image. With her fearless and ambitious spirit, Cassandra Peterson has carved out a niche in the entertainment industry, making Elvira a timeless icon, and she continues to grow, constantly releasing new projects. Thank you for watching the video. Please watch our next video. Cassandra is not done yet. As she continues to evolve the iconic Elvira, she is currently working on a sequel to Mistress of the Dark and an animated film exploring Elvira's origins. Every Halloween, the Elvira name shines once again, accompanied by bold new projects that Cassandra is always considering implementing. Looking back on her ups and downs, Cassandra Peterson is not only a silver screen star, but also a pioneering creator who has, and continues to, conquer the hearts of millions of audiences around the world. We have every reason to look forward to Elvira's next adventures and the new journey she and the audience will embark on in the future.